Hi guys, welcome back to LPB Racing, to the Mixed Championship on Project Cars 2. This is our special event. We are replicating the Blank Pan 24 Hours of Spa, but a 50-minute version, 21 laps. Footman is on pole from Stevie in the Bentley there. You see in his picture there, Jamo and Blaney on the second row behind. Then it's Keith, Lil, Azadar, Bidzster, Neil and TY at the back. So let's get ready to go in this, guys. And the lights go out, away we go. Good start from Stevie there. Got a good start on the rolling start in the Lamborghini. Everyone else following suit behind. They've left him standing. As they come down to the first corner, Stevie into the corner, wide, still sideways, bit of contact with Footman already. It's already kicking off here at Spa. Jamo exits third, ahead of Lil Yam. Bidzster in the middle. Let's watch the front runners then as they come down towards Eau Rouge. Double points available in this race because it's a one-off special event. Oh, Footman. Oh, got to be careful with the track limits there, but got it squirmy anyway. Stevie goes on to the outside. Everyone else in the background through a rouge safely. Jamo, Blaney, Lil Yam side by side with him as well. 50-minute endurance race. Mandatory pit stop. And it's going to go through the day-night cycle as well, so it's going to be a spectacular race, this. Blaney up the inside of Lil there. Lil comes across and Blaney tucks in behind. Oh, does he? Where's Blaney gone? Blaney's gone round somewhere. I think he's gone round somewhere, so... Oh, there he is! Oh no, Blaney goes round at Lecom, so Blaney goes round, so we'll get a replay on what happened there. Here's a replay on lap one of what happened to Blaney. Up the inside of Lil Yam, and then just loses the back of the car, no contact, just loses the rear on slightly colder tyres, and then goes round and just recovers. As we continue, Stevie in the lead from Footman still. Not much between the two leaders. Let's have a look. There we go. Jamo and Lil Yam running together as well. Keith with Bidzster right behind him now. So Bidzster's made up obviously a place from Blaney's faux pas. There goes Footman round Puat. Turn 12. As they come down towards the Piff Paff campus corners. Stevie's still in the lead. Let's have a look back here. Bidzster and Keith running close together. Bidzster in the NSX. Again, teammates don't have to go in the same car as long as they're running more or less the same colours, but there's some cars that have, like green for example, there's not many green GT cars, so Keith in a white Audi. But still, teams are still the teams, but not necessarily in the right colours, but hey ho, can't always have it the right way, as Azadar Blade there goes through in 8th position with TY right behind him, Blaney closing up from the back. Let's look at the leaders then as they come through Blanchimont down towards the bus stop. Not really a bus stop anymore, not a bus stop shape, but still they call it the bus stop as Stevie goes wide. Footman will close right up there in the Bentley. The big Bentley wanting that first position back as we go towards the evening here in Spa. Stevie is still in the lead, just defending slightly, Footman behind. Let's have a little look further back. There's Keith with Bidzster behind him. Bidzster not making a move yet. So again, everyone thinking about the long run in this race. Don't necessarily have to go full out for it. You've got 50 minutes in which to get where you need to be. As the sun starts to set, the time progression on times 30, because just to try and get it to cycle through 24 hours in 50 minutes. So I could have had it on times 25, but I thought times 30 just to make sure that it goes through the actual time, the actual time scale. But Stevie's still. Oh, Footman ahead. Footman ahead. So Footman's got past. We missed that because we're looking at Keith and Bidzster. We'll get a replay. Here's a replay on board with Footman watching Stevie in front. This is how we got past him. Stevie goes wide. Oh, massive twitch there in the Lamborghini, and then we just power past in the Bentley. And as we come back from that, Footman makes a mistake there. Stevie goes back up the inside down the hill towards Brosel, down the hill and down towards turn 11. Stevie back in the lead, so Stevie gets it back, says no you don't sunshine, not on my watch. Keith with Bidzster still behind him. Bidzster lights on now, so chose to put his lights on a bit earlier just to try and put Keith under a bit of pressure. Neil Farmack still following suit behind, and so does TY, but looks like Keith and Bidzster and Stevie and Footman are the battles to watch at the minute, so we're just going to watch the Keith Bidzster battle as they come round Puar. Long radius corner, you see the sun already starting to set here at Spa. Really good atmospherics in this game. It's quite a decent game, Project Cars, but there are a lot of bugs in it. There are a lot of stuff that still need working on. So Slack the Man Studios, let's hope you can perfect Project Cars 3. But here we go. One thing that Project Cars 2 has got is the rain and the time effects, which are brilliant. Good atmospherics. As Bidzster flashes lights there, saying hello to Bidzster, saying hello to Keith in that Audi as they go through Blanchimont now. First part of Blanchimont and the second part. Footman and Stevie still close together up front. Stevie still in front for now. There they go through the chicane. Camera zooms. Oh, 2 wheels. Round he goes. Contact. Stevie and Footman. Oh no, Footman runs into him. I think they've recovered. I don't think there'll be too much damage on them cars, but we'll have to see. Liliam comes out third. Keith fourth. Bidzster fifth. Everyone else quite close together. So, oh wow, 2 wheels and right round. So we'll get a replay on that. There's a replay on board with Footman on lap 2. What happened to Stevie? So you see he goes into there, onto the curb, 2 wheels, and there's nothing we can do to avoid it. Bang! Straight into him. And Stevie will recover around here somewhere as well. As Bidzster goes up the inside of Keith as we come back. Bidzster up the inside of Keith, and gentleman in the lets Bidzster go through. Doesn't bother to fight it too much. It is a long race. You want to try and keep up your own race pace and keep your own positions. So as we go up through Eau Rouge, lovely corner this, fantastic stuff. Oh, a little bit over the curb there for Keith, but no harm done there. Everyone else with the lights on. Liliam not with his lights on yet. He could do with putting, oh there we are, just as I say it, puts his lights on. As we come down towards Lecom, Liliam into the corner now. What's going to happen with the 2 Team Black teammates here? Liliam knows his teammates here leading the championship, needs to get ahead of as many points on Neil and TY as he can, but still Liliam's fighting for his own spots in the championship as well, so I wonder what's going to happen here with Liliam and Bidzster. This will be fascinating to watch as we look at TY now in the back, the BMW. Started at the back because he was quite late, missed qualifying. But he's spitting flames and everything. He's in it in the race, and he's doing very well in that BMW so far. 6th place, gradually making his way up the field. Neil quite close to Keith now. Where's Stevie gone? I've just looked at the leaderboards. We've got Footman, Liliam, and Stevie's gone backwards. So Stevie's gone off. So there he is. So we'll have to get a replay on that. Here's a replay of what happened to Stevie on lap 3 in order for him to lose all their positions into that corner until they come. Back end goes round, just stops it before the wall. So very lucky not to get more damage there, but Stevie, I think he's damaged his race enough rather than just his car, so rejoins there. And what we'll do is we'll quickly skip forward, and you'll see round here as we exit this corner here. Still got his tyres quite warm, hits the curb, back end goes round again. Again, very lucky to avoid the wall there, and then that's how he went back down to 9th place. So as you come back from that, Stevie all the way back there in 9th place. Footman now in the lead with a decent lead, so don't make too many mistakes there. Footman just running a bit wide. Liliam in 2nd place now, Bidzster in 3rd. I wonder what's going to happen between the 2 teammates here. This will be good to watch. As also we've got Keith, Neil Farmack and TY running quite close together as well, so you'd think it were a sprint race with the way that they're going at it, but it's all good so far. Neil Farmack for Team White, Footman his teammate for Team White in the lead. Again, you can't forget what the teams are. We've got Footman and Neil, Team White, Liliam and Bidzster, Team Black. And Team Black are very close together at the minute. Little hint of orange on that NSX, but that'll please Bidzster, but mostly Black as Liliam goes a bit wide there. Will Bidzster have a little look? Don't think he's... Oh, Liliam goes very wide. I wonder what's going to happen between the 2 teammates here, but as well we've got another battle just behind them as well. Keith, TY and Neil all close together as we look at the 2 teammates. And Bidzster right behind Liliam now. Up through the gearbox, down the hill, Neil Farmack very close to the back of Keith as well. As we come up through Eau Rouge, little bit of a lift and up through Eau Rouge. Keith still ahead of Neil Farmack and TY. As we go over the top, run a bit wide there for Keith, but no harm done. Flat on the throttle now, down the Kemmel Straight, down towards Lecom. Darkness has fallen upon us here at Spa. As Bidzster still behind Liliam for now, as we've got Keith and Neil close together. Keith's up the inside of Neil. Sorry, Neil's up the inside of Keith, the other way around. Audi on Audi. As Neil Farmack goes through, TY has to wait a bit longer to get through. Bidster's got in front of Liliam as well, so Liliam's made it quite easy for Bidzster there. Let him go through so he can challenge Footman, get some more points for Team Black, and hopefully Bidzster will be able to pull Liliam along with him. So Footman's still in the lead by 3.5 seconds. Bidzster second, Liliam third. Neil Farmack in fourth now ahead of Keith. It's TY's turn now to get ahead of Keith. Let's have a look at TY, there he is. So Stevie's still struggling and back in 9th place, having lost that lead / second place. So we're battling very closely with Footman for the lead, but not to be. 9th place. And also it's going to be completely random what the weather does, so the weather could be a factor in this as well. The weather is set to random for this race, so anything could happen weather-wise. And with it being Spa, I would imagine at some point it's either going to rain, snow or fog or something not nice. With it being Spa, it's known for its dramatic and drastic weather. So we've got to watch out for this. As Liliam and Neil go side by side, coming down towards Blanchimont. Neil gets a good run on Liliam. Liliam has to almost give up the place, but Liliam doesn't give up without a fight until it's over. Almost touches the grass, back towards the inside, but no, Neil's got it. Neil Farmack's got it. Liliam has to back out of it, so Neil up to 4th place, up to 3rd place now. Liliam back down to 4th. Keith closing up to the back of Liliam now. Keith and Liliam they've had a fair few share of bumps and scrapes in the past between them, but we'll soon see how this one pans out. Bidster's 2.5 seconds off Footman now. He's took a second out of him in that last lap, so Bidzster on the move, definitely pushing. As remember, everyone in this championship are in default setup, so everyone equal on power as Liliam and Neil go side by side, almost down towards Eau Rouge, who's going to give way. Neil's got the slight car advantage, there we go. Neil's got the slight power advantage over that NSX. Through Eau Rouge we go, up and over the hill, lovely stuff. Flat on the front. Oh, lots of people running wide there as the tyres start to go cold because of the darkness. Again, at dark in the night, the tyres' temperature will drop. That's one thing you've really got to keep an eye on, that tyre temperatures, because the last thing you want on a race car is cold tyres, because it handles awfully. It's like driving with tyres on the front and rims on the back. It's just so much lack of grip. Whereas Keith and TY though, they're close. TY's still got some grip here. As we come down towards turn 10, Liliam's still in the lead. Keith still in the lead of this pack, should I say. Keith falling back a little bit there. TY waiting in the wings to make any kind of move. Stevie's back in 10th place, so he's got a light out as well, so Stevie's not having a good day at all. He's probably been in the wall again, so unlucky there for Stevie, and just showing you that this having number 666 on your car doesn't exactly help matters. So Jamo there in 9th place as well, so Jamo taking it easy in 9th, so he's probably had a couple of little errors, but hopefully be able to keep going. Again, it's a long race, so you don't want to worry too much about going all out, as long as you keep it going, because remember, double points are on the line here, so you've got to keep an eye on that as well, because as long as you finish the race, you're going to have some decent points anyway, because points go down to 15th for if we've actually got a full room of people. A few absentees this week, a few people with personal issues where they can't make the race, so 10 people racing in this one. But again, for those 10 people, it's a chance at double points and getting further up that leaderboard. As Keith and TY are very close now, coming towards the bus stop. They're quite close. TY will close up a bit towards the chicane. As Bidzster and Footman are even closer though, half a second between them two. Now Bidzster's got to get past that huge Bentley, the glowing green at the front, and the yellow lights. It's the 24-hour version, the Bentley endurance version, a bit less downforce on it, so it's a bit better in the straight line, and still decent in the corners as well. As they get the power on out of last horse, Bidzster flashing his lights, saying hello, I'm behind you. Keep looking in your mirrors, sunshine. I'm gonna pounce at some point for Footman, getting his foot down in that Bentley. Beautiful stuff over Eau Rouge. Oh, Bidzster left, right, really wrestling that car up Eau Rouge to try and get as close as he can to that Bentley in draft, and he's doing it. He's drafting. Now will he be able to make a move here? Well, he pulls out. He must be getting some good overspeed, because he's pulled out. He's gone up the inside of Footman, and yes, gets it done. Footman has to brake just to let Bidzster go there, because they were running out of track. Bidzster flashes his lights just so his back lights flash to say thank you very much, old chum, and he's on his way. Footman down to second place, So I would have thought football. Whoa, and then these lot, Keith's in front of these lot now. So Lillian must have made a mistake. Neil's gone backwards as well. So we've missed all that. We'll get a replay on what happened there. Here's a replay of what happened to Neil on lap 6. You see Lillian just moving out, but no way to overtake there. As Neil goes into the corner, the back end goes wide. Lillian has nowhere to go. And then as they rejoin over the bumps, Lillian waits. Keith goes through, says thank you very much, sunshine, and takes those positions. TY having to wait in the wings. As we come back from that, Keith ahead now of Lillian and Neil and TY. So Neil back down to 5th place after that. Keith 3rd place. It's a good job by Keith there ahead of Lillian. Again, all the cars there running very close together. So TY catching Neil up slowly. Running wide though. Running slightly wide. As we go down towards turn 13 and 14, the Piff Paff campus section. TY closing on Neil ever so slightly. Just trying to keep the car consistent. Again, Keith at the front of this group, doing well for Keith. Bit of a narrow line into there, don't know if he was trying to defend or anything. But Neil goes wide there though, Neil goes very wide. Neil Farmack goes very wide, TY will be right behind him now, so TY will be looking for any opportunity to get through. As Neil flashes his lights, yep, he means business, TY. So Neil goes wide, and TY slightly catches, but again, that Audi, good in a straight line. BMW struggling to keep with it as we go around the Blanchimont down towards the bus stop. Few people running wide, but can be expected at night with the lack of grip from the tyres, colder temperatures. As we go in towards the bus stop chicane, into the chicane we go. Neil catching Lillian, TY catching Neil. This could be a little battle to watch. Neil goes over the curb, it's going to ruin his traction out of that corner. You don't want to run too wide onto the curbs because curbs are bumpy, and when you've got bumps, you've got no traction because the wheels have got nothing to bite onto. So into the last source hairpin. TY looking for a bit of a cutback, get the power on a bit earlier and see what he can do. But no way through there. Azadar Blade in the Porsche, just coming through, camera shot in the back. Azadar not doing too bad, slightly catching up with these lot. As we come up towards Eau Rouge now. No one choosing to pit yet. So clearly people wanting to get over the halfway point, see what the tyres are like and then make a decision. So as we come down the Kemmel Straight towards Les Combes, Neil having a little look at Keith. Oh, sorry, Lil, sorry. I will get this right. Neil up the inside of Lillian. He's going to stop. Whoa, very wide. He's going to break himself. He's going to have the inside for the next bit, though. Lillian's on the outside, trying to get the inside for the next corner. Contact's made. Lillian goes up the inside for the next corner of Les Combes. TY looking to take advantage as well from Neil's absence. There we are, Neil. On that to dry, TY up the inside, but no, backs out of it, thinks twice. Lillian was not giving up on that position, saw an opportunity, went round the outside, a little bit of rubbing his racing, and then got the place into 4th place. So good job there by Lillian and Neil, good battle there, and good job by Lillian to see that opportunity. As Azadar Blade closing onto the back of these lot now as well. So you can see Blakeney and Jamo as well in the background. They're quite close. And 2 Lamborghinis. Blakeney in the all-green one. And then Jamo in the Demon Tweaks. Colour 1, the British GT Lamborghini. As they come out of Port down towards the Piff Paff campus section. Jamo still behind Blakeney for now. Blakeney runs a bit wide there. They're going to be careful not to leave too much of an opportunity, otherwise Jamo will be right in there. As we come down towards the next bit. Round here. And then out onto the back. And then fire the car up towards Blanchimont. Jamo runs a bit wider there but gets away with it, all good there. Meanwhile these lot, Neil and Lillian. Whoa, that's about as sideways as you can go in these cars at that speed and just recover it. Oh, fantastic stuff by Lillian, good car control. Neil will have been, well, I would imagine Neil and Lil will have had to have changes of underwear in that circumstance, because Neil would have been hoping he wouldn't come back in front of him. But Lillian, good car control, holding the car well. And who's that approaching the back? It's Azadar Blade. Azadar Blade in the Porsche, closing up to the back of TY's BMW. Oh, Keith's gone round, bang! Contact! Keith's gone round. I don't know whether it was he helped or was it on his own. We'll get a replay. Here's a replay of what happened to Keith on lap 8 into La Source. Into the corner, back end goes loose, round, wall. bang! Very looking to damage his headlights there. Recovers and no into the path of RZR Blade. Ooh, that's not like Keith, that a bit reckless there by Keith, but gets going and RZR continues as well. So as you come back from that, Keith there now in 7th place, so gone backwards there. So Keith gone backwards. Bidzster in the lead by 4 seconds now. Lil and Neil close together as they come out of Eau Rouge onto the Kemmel Straight. Down the Kemmel Straight, looking to get the run. Neil on the inside, Lil Yam on the outside. Into the corner. Neil tries to outbrake him. No, yep, has to force him onto the white bit there. And good little block pass there by Neil. Nothing wrong against that. If you've got the inside, you've got the inside. So Lil Yam demoted to 4th place there. He's not happy about it though. Look at him, left, right, having a go, showing the car into Neil, letting their headlights do the work, letting Neil look in his mirrors and just see a ball of white light in each mirror that he looks in. So Lil Yam there. Let's see if he can stay with Neil as the race progresses. As we look back at RZR Blade and TY, who are still quite close together for 5th and 6th. So we're on lap 8 of 21. So we're just about approaching half distance. We're not far off half distance now as RZR Blade goes quite wide there. Got to be careful not to go too wide because that AstroTurf can suck you up and it is quite bumpy as well. So I've got to be careful doing that. Number 99, the red car, RZR Blade. And TY just in front. Doesn't look like TY's got a very good pace in that BMW by the looks of it, but let's hope he can keep up the position because it would be a shame to lose more points. Especially in a double points race, everything counts, especially with his main championship rival Bidzster up front. And Jamo his other rivals behind him, so that's not too bad. But still, got to keep an eye on the positions, and you just got to drive to the championship and drive to the conditions. As RZR Blade doesn't drive to the conditions, he starts rallycrossing in that Porsche. And then has to go wide at Blanchimont as well. Very lucky to hold on to the car there. So just needs to watch the track limits and just make sure it keeps off the grass, otherwise it'll get even more fun than what just happened there. And by fun, I don't mean fun for the driver. Fun for us on camera, but not fun for the driver. Meanwhile, Neil Farmack in 3rd place, still ahead of Lil Yam, so Lil Yam's doing well to stay with Neil. Decent pace in this one, Lil Yam, I have to say. Fairly clean racing as well, so good for Lil Yam. Usually when he's wheel to wheel with people, it does get a bit frantic and a bit dirty sometimes, but this time keeping a lid on it, which is good. Driving a very well controlled race, and I think I can speak for everyone when we say that. Everyone doing a well controlled race. So we're almost at the halfway point. We'll give you a little run through the order. So we've got Bidzster in the lead for Team Black, 4 seconds ahead of this man Footman for Team White in the Bentley. Just going over the curb quite harsh there, but gets away with it. And then in 3rd place, last one on the podium, we have Neil for Team White. He's in an Audi. Again, teammates can run in different cars in this one. Lil Yam's using the same car as Bidzster, just prefers the Acura, so the Acura NSX in 4th place. TY is in 5th place, and we'll see him on camera in a minute. There he goes in the yellow BMW there, and then we've got RZR Blade in the red Porsche for Team Red, and then we've got Jamo running independent in this, just with the Demon Tweaks Lamborghini British GT version, and Blakeney around here somewhere. There he is. Blakeney comes out of the darkness with the white lights of the Lambo. Team Green, obviously, with the green colour. And Keith for Team Green is in the pit, so Keith must have had damage from that incident that he had, unless he's just chosen to make his mandatory pit stop, because he's coming out of the pit, so I would imagine that would be Keith's mandatory pit stop. So Keith's done his pit stop now. Stevie is still going round, so Stevie at the back, not having the best of races, it must be said, but Stevie going round now to start lap 9. As Bidzster's on lap 9, coming towards through Blanchimont to start the 10th lap. So Bidzster still doing a very well controlled race here and doing well. And meanwhile, we've got Lil Yam and TY with a decent gap. TY there in the background looks a bit slow to me, unless he just made a mistake somewhere. But never mind. Footman's gone down to 2nd. I think the timing screen just went funny there, unless it's Keith that's gone off or something. I'm just trying to find out what's happened here. The camera's zooming in, the camera's going all over the place. So still Bidzster in the lead, followed by Footman, 4 seconds. Then it's Neil. I think, has Lil gone in the pit? Yes, Lil Yam's gone in the pits. That's what happened with the timing screens. So TY there, he's gone through. RZR goes through as well. Lil Yam in the pits. Jamo in the pits as well. So a few people coming into the pits early. to make the mandatory pit stops. Keith obviously just done his. And Blakeney's there. Blakeney's ahead. Oh, Blakeney's in the pits now. So again, the timing screen just going a bit funny there. But Blakeney's in the pits as well to make his mandatory pit stop. So we'll look back at Bidzster in the lead. Nice 4.5, 5 second gap. Just driving to the conditions. Speaking of conditions, I think we've got rain. Can't really tell yet because it's night time. You can't really tell whether it's raining or not yet. Can't really see any rain on track. Just trying to see if we can see any reflections or anything. I don't think we can see any rain yet, so wouldn't imagine there'd be any panic yet. As we go around, Footman goes round there. TY round here somewhere in 4th place. So Liliam coming through there. So Liliam, so just to run through, Keith has pitted, Jamo has pitted, Lil has pitted, and I think Blakeney's just coming out the pits there. Blakeney's pitted as well. So it's just the top 5 that haven't pitted yet. I think Stevie's pitted as well, even though he's further back. He must have because he's gone further back. So Stevie, so the 10th to 6th place have pitted, 5th to 1st haven't yet. As we watch, as Bidzster's in the pits now. Bidzster's in the pits. Or is he? Or is it the timing screen that's gone funny again? Apologies for this, ladies and gentlemen. The Project Cars 2 replay system being its usual rubbish self. So we've lost all this sort of timing screen really. So, but I can tell you that Bidzster is in the lead. And there he is. Let's have a look. It's saying Blakeney's in the lead now, and he's definitely not. I can tell you that. So, timing screen going very, very wrong here. But again, we'll focus on a battle on track. TY and Neil. There you go. Through Blanchimont. Oh, very tiptoey around there. It must be raining because they're very, very slow around there. And it is. Wipers on. Wipers are on. Got reflection in the tarmac. Yeah, there's the spray. So yeah, definitely raining now. All these guys will be coming in for slick tyres. So again, everyone coming in for slicks. Let's hope they've set the pit stops up right, because Project Cars is a funny game when it comes to pit stops. If you rely on the automatic by weather, it will not change your tyres. Because you don't think it's sufficiently wet enough. So let's hope these guys have done it manually. As Neil comes into his pit stop there, we'll soon find out. TY coming towards his pit box as well. So Bidzster in as well. So Bidzster in, I think he's just on his way out. So everyone in the pits now, everyone piling in because of the wet weather. So we'll have no chance of seeing what the actual conditions are like at the minute. So Footman comes back out on track. Liliam's on track still, coming round towards the pits, I would imagine, unless he's put wets on early. But I know he continues round, so he must have put wets on already. Very sideways out of there as we watch the order coming out of the pits. So Bidzster comes out of the pits, resumes the lead of the race. Ignore the timing screen. The timing screen's got its knickers in a twist. And there's Stevie in 10th. So Neil Farmack there, he's come out the pits. Oh, he must be on slick tyres. It must not have changed Neil Farmack's tyres, and that could be a championship changing thing. And Arsadar Blade's going slow as well, so Arsadar Blade must have had no tyre change as well. So everyone looks like a couple of people struggling with tyres. Liliam's coming up to him as well. So Liliam, bang, straight into the back of Neil Farmack. And Neil Farmack's wing goes off. Liliam into the back of Neil. I don't know why he didn't go round him there, but Neil Farmack backwards now on the straight. As we're coming in towards daylight again now, and that's Footman coming towards us. So Footman must be on slicks as well, because there's no pace from Footman. A few other people coming past as well. So Neil's still backwards. So waiting to get the car turned round. And there we go. You can get the car turned round, Neil. There you go. There's a bit on board with Liliam. What happened to him and Neil? See, Neil's in the middle of the track, so Liliam goes for that gap. Neil comes across, and to be honest with you, that was not Liliam's fault. Neil was just going slow in the middle of the track, and Liliam just hit him. So Bidzster, I can tell you, Bidzster still is in the lead of this race. It's hard to tell where everyone else is because the timing screen's gone completely kaput, but Bidzster is in the lead. I can tell you that now. And TY is second. So TY good out of those pit stops. TY's come second because Neil and Footman failing to set the strategies up right, or just failing to use the pit stop buttons, because there is a button that you've got to have. You've got to have a cut in your game options on Project Cars 2. You've got to have a car management button set to actually bring up the head-up display in order, as you're driving, in order to change what tyres you want. And I think a few people haven't even they've either haven't set that, or they've not had enough practice with the pit stops, because it should be quite self-explanatory really. You open the menu, you go down to race strategy, then adjust strategy, and then you can change what you want. You can change tyres, fuel, you can change all sorts. So a pity for those that couldn't do it though, but again, it's nothing to do with the game, it's just user error. So people not able to use the pit stops properly, but again, that's not anyone's fault really, apart from their own. Not the game. The game is a very good design in how it does it. It's just other people not knowing how to use the software itself. So there comes Neil Farmack tiptoeing back round in that Audi after hitting the wall, and I don't know why the game's put its rear wing back on when it clearly had it knocked off. But Neil Farmack's going to be in the pits for a while. Hopefully it'll be able to put him on the correct tyres as well, as Blakeney comes round. So Blakeney coming round there, so he must be on wet tyres. And with the way that he's actually out of that corner, he must be. So Blakeney goes into fifth. So the timing screen is starting to slowly reset itself. Here's RZR Blade. I think he's still on slicks. Yeah, definitely is. Definitely still on slicks, RZR Blade. So Footman as well there, and a bit of damage from Footman as well. So again, Footman on slicks. Neil Farmack obviously still working his way around the track, and Stevie further back as well. So I don't know whether Stevie's got wets on. I think he will have with the pace he went around that corner. We'll soon see as he comes around Radio. Yeah, he's definitely got wet tyres on. So Stevie's got the wet tyres to work. So the people that are struggling with the pit stops at the moment are RZR Blade, who's just coming into the pit stop, coming into the pits now. Footman, who's just coming towards the pits, I think he's at the last corner. So yeah, oh, he's round he goes. Just shows you how easy it is to slide on these slick tyres. And then Neil coming round towards Blanchimont now. So the timing screen is slowly starting to reset itself. Just got its knickers in the twist when it went through the pit stop phase. So hopefully RZR and Footman can get on slicks this time. If not, then they've got a really long race ahead of him. And there's not really much that anyone can do apart from themselves. Just practice the pit stops a bit more and just get familiar with the Project Cars way of doing the pit stops. That's all I can say really. It's not really anyone's fault apart from the person that does it. So Bidzster in the lead. Anyway, let's get back to the action. Bidzster in the lead, 11 seconds ahead of TY. So Bidzster's really benefited from this rainfall. So Bidzster, obviously, because he'd not already done a pit stop, so he were going long anyway, and then it's rained, so he thought, oh right, okay, let's go in, let's get some wets on. And I think TY's done the same as well. So TY's done the same, but obviously a bit further back because he was in more traffic than Bidzster was. So TY back in second place. Liliam in third now, so the timing screen is correct now, ladies and gentlemen. Jamo in fourth place in the Demon Tweaks Lamborghini, running independent in this. Blakeney there in the Team Green Lamborghini in fifth place. Stevie's up to sixth, so Stevie's not doing too bad for sixth place. So still going strong, Stevie. Footman comes out the pits. Let's see what tyres he's come out on. Let's see if it's put the right tyres on for him. We'll soon find out as he gets down towards the next corner. He's got some pace, so it might have worked. We'll soon see. I think it might have worked. So we'll check back on Footman in a minute as we look at RZR Blade there. There he is, he's getting lapped, so he's on slicks again. So again, RZR can't get it to work, so he's probably not set the car management or the HUD, which is the head-up display, and probably not set that up right as Bidzster comes up to lap him, and I don't know whether he was moving out of the way or I could play it in there, but RZR Blade goes wide. So RZR having a torrid race. So not practiced his pit stops beforehand, and not practiced how the Project Cars 2 way of doing things with the pit stops is, and that's the result. Going round on slick tyres, not being able to change your tyres over. And them to crawl round as Footman comes past now, so Footman must be on the right tyres. Careful, guys! Oh, Azadar almost goes into the path of Footman. Oh, Azadar is sideways. So Footman definitely now must be on the wet tyres. Yeah, he's definitely on wet tyres now, Footman. He's got some decent pace to him. He's keeping ahead of TY, so Footman's got it right. Footman's got it sorted. As it's just Azadar Blade that's struggling round now. I'm not sure about Keith, but Keith's there. Keith's there in the background, so Keith must be on wets as well, but just a bit further back. I can tell you he's not last. He's Azadar Blade is last, but just a timing screen again. That's the difference between the wets and the slicks. Slicks, you've got to go about 20 mile an hour around every corner, probably even less. Whereas Keith can just go around at 80, 90 mile an hour with ease round the corners. Lovely stuff from Keith. Good pace in this race. So Azadar last place, Keith second to last. Footman in 8th. Neil back in 7th place, so he must have got that damage repaired as well. So Neil Farmack going around there in the Audi, 7th place. So again, just over half distance in this race now. So 9 seconds between Bidzster and TY. So the battle for the lead with a bit of a gap between it. Lil and TY are only 3 seconds apart though. So you see Lil Yam in 3rd place there. You see just down the road, if the camera zooms out enough, it probably won't at this bit. We might see in the next camera. There is TY just going through a shot there. So Lil Yam still keeping TY within arm's length. So doing well for pace there. Again, these cars very hard to handle in wet or dry conditions. The back end of the car so twitchy as you go around most of these corners. As you see Liliam there coming up Eau Rouge, and Liliam's just not making my words seem like rubbish, because he's just gone up there smooth as silk in that Acura NSX. Again, the Acura NSX, one of the most stable GT3 cars on the game. There's TY in the BMW, probably one of the more twitchy ones. As he goes towards the curb, smoothly gets the power on. Not much in the way of twitching in this wet weather. I think that BMW will probably handling better in the wet than it does in the dry, as you can probably speak for most cars. So as he comes down towards turn 10, in towards turn 11. All very nice through there. So Blakeney back there in 5th place for Team Green. So Blakeney's doing well. Keith having a bit more of a struggle for Team Green, back in 8th place. He must have had trouble with the pit stops or something, or had a bit of damage to repair. So 8th place for Keith. Footman back up to 7th, but again, because you've had to make 2 pit stops because it put him on slicks the first time, he's lost a lot of time doing that. And obviously it's not just the time in the pits, it's the time crawling round with the slick tyres as well, which will not do him any good. As Azadar Blade still having to do that. So Azadar Blade, I think Azadar Blade now is retired from this race, because I can't see the car. We'll just quickly check for it as we go on to the, oh yes, it's a white screen. So Azadar Blade definitely retired from this race, so not seeing the car through to the end, because he'd not set up his pit stops properly. So Azadar Blade a retirement in this now. So Neil Farmack 9th place and last in this, but still could get some places back hopefully now, because he's on the right tyres. As we go down the hill, so everyone now on the wet tyres that they should be on, so no one running on slicks now, which is good. Stevie there running in 6th place, so Stevie's still not doing too bad in this. Still keeping up with some cars around him, even though that car in front of him is Bidzster, because he's lapped him. So everyone up from 6th place downwards has been lapped because of the faux pas with the pit stops and that. So Footman there in 7th place, following Stevie down towards Eau Rouge. All very well through there. Nice line from Footman. A little bit of damage on the front of that Bentley, but again that'll hopefully have been repaired at the pit stop, just not visually showing on the graphics of the game at the moment. So lap 14 out of 21. And towards Lecom. In towards Lecom. The Bentley, one of the most twitchy cars, but despite its size, and Footman handling it quite well there. Stevie's gone off the road. Stevie's gone off there in 7th place. So Stevie goes back down from 6th to 7th. There we go. Footman ahead of Stevie now. So again, Stevie going backwards. So, oh, and he's spun round again, so he goes even more backwards. Got to be careful, there's a car coming round here. Stevie, careful. TY goes round. Stevie gets it spun round and continues on his way. Whereabouts is Keith round here? No, he's nowhere to be seen. Stevie gets lapped by Lil Yam, so Team Black number 2 laps him. So Lil Yam goes through, laps Stevie. So Stevie now going backwards, not having a very good race so far. A few other people can say the same, just not practiced the pit stops enough. But I'm sure next time a pit stop race comes along, they'll get the grip of it. What it is, a lot of people have gone to change the tyres from automatic by weather, which is just an option you can select with the pit stops. And it'll literally it'll think, right, what's the weather like? It'll put the suitable tyres on. And what it is, if the track's not wet enough, it will not put the wet tyres on, because there is no intermediate tyres on Project Cars. It's a slick or a wet. So if the track isn't covered in water, it'll not put your wets on. So if it's just started raining, it'll just keep you on slick. So if you want to have wet tyres on, you've got to manually say and move it across from automatic to by weather to wet tyres only. Just put it on wet tyres only, and then it'll give you wets. That's what you need. So just user error with a lot of this, but a lot of people will pick it up for the next few races. Probably obviously next week is back to normal. This is just a special event replicating the blank pan 24 hours of Spa, but obviously doing 50 minutes because I would have liked to do longer. But Project Cars 2 replays, again, not very good, because this replay has been cut off by a lap at the end. And also, you can't save more than a certain amount, and I don't get it, because Project Cars 2, you can't save over 50 minutes without it going bonkers and saying, no, you can't save that amount because the file's too big. But again, with Gran Turismo Sport, you could save endless. You could even save a 24-hour replay, and it'll be quite a small file. So Project Cars 2, please get your act together, because you're a brilliant game to play, but it's just not good to actually control the replays or a few other elements in it. So Slightly Mad Studios, you're being told. Haha. So as we watch Stevie come up through Eau Rouge, still keeping good pace with Lil Yam, so it's just consistency that Stevie lacks in this race. Let's have a run through the order then as we get through towards the three-quarter mark. Bidzster in the lead by 10 seconds from TY in second place when he comes round here somewhere. Wait for it, there he is. And the yellow BMW, second place, back of the grid. So he's done very well there, it's TY. Lil Yam for the second Team Black car in third place. So Lil Yam, another good showing here. Likes his endurance races and he loves Spa, with him being Belgian himself. So it's his home track. So Lil Yam doing it for Belgium this time, because Nick Hash and Seek One unfortunately not here this time due to personal circumstances. So Lil Yam doing it for Belgium and doing very well in third place. Jamo in fourth place in the British GT Lamborghini, running independent in this one, the Demon Tweaks car. So good job by Jamo there, up to fourth place. On sideways, as I say, good job, and into the wall. Hopefully that's not caused too much damage. As who was that goes through? I think that was Keith or Neil or someone unlapping themselves. So Jamo, that was Keith, yeah. Keith in 8th place. So Jamo goes into the wall there. Hopefully not too much damage on that back corner of that Lamborghini. And he's back up to speed again, so hopefully should be okay. As Blakeney, the last person on the lead lap, in 5th place. Good job by Blakeney there. As then we've got Footman in 6th place, the first of the cars that have been lapped. Footman 6th place, so having a lot of struggle with getting the wet tyres on, like I've just been through on the commentary as well, just been through the whole tyre scenario. So Footman a victim of that, so is Stevie as well. Keith and Jamo together. Jamo off the road and Keith as well. Oh no, I don't know whether there was contact there or anything, or one car spun and the other car couldn't avoid, but Keith gets going and Jamo as well, so unlucky there for both, but we'll get a replay on that. Here we're on board with Jamo on lap 16 to see what happened between him and Keith. So Keith goes around that corner there, where Harris loses it on the puddle on the inside, goes backwards, we try and avoid, bang! No way to avoid it, nothing that Jamo could have done there to avoid Keith. So unfortunately both make contact, but then both rejoin with minimal damage. So as you come back from that, just shows you in an endurance race, anything can happen. You've got to have your eyes open everywhere. So both cars will be coming in for a bit of a damage check after that, I would imagine. So Jamo coming round in 4th place, there he is. Bit more damage now than before on that Lamborghini, so I would imagine he'd come in, fresh set of boots, and get the damage repaired. Let's see if he goes to the pits. Oh no, he's continuing, so it can't have been that bad. Will Keith go in the pits in the background? Now Keith keeps going as well, so obviously thinking it's not worth fixing the damage, just keep going, damage limitation, just keep going around, get the points that you need to get. So everyone doing quite well there. Oh, Stevie's retired from the race. Stevie's retired from the race, so no points for Stevie because it's a retirement. You don't get points unless you cross the line. So Stevie retiring from the race there. So Stevie joins RZR in the retirement department, as Neil Farmack now will take 8th place and another couple of points towards him. Obviously it would have been another point, but it'll be another couple of points because it's double points night. So Neil up to 8th place. There he goes on the timing screen, up to 8th place for Neil. So Stevie and RZR the retirements, everyone else still circulating. So let's have a look at our leader then, Bidzster, doing well. There's the graphics having a bit of a mare there. Come on, Project Cars, what's with the graphics on this game really? I mean, I know the gameplay is good, but graphics sometimes are abysmal. Like you've just got the puddles flickering. I've just had before I started this commentary video, I had to reset the replay 3 times due to an error. So on the replay, so I don't know what happened there, but I'm not impressed, Project Cars, if I'm honest. But again, you're a bloody good game when it comes to gameplay, and the actual driving of the cars is a very immersive experience, and the weather and the detail, it's good. But there are a lot of things wrong still, so please, Project Cars, work on it for number 3, please. Because you're a good game, I'd hate to see it all go to waste. As Bidzster comes down towards Last Horse. In towards Last Horse he goes, and out the other side. Beautifully done there by Bidzster, and TY 15 seconds back now. So there goes TY in the BMW. In towards Last Horse again. Let's see what TY does differently to Bidzster. A little bit wider into the corner, a bit later into the apex, and yeah, beautiful line round there from TY. So Footman still following in 6th place behind. Liliam, the second team black car, goes round. Just as I go to him, Liliam goes round. Got to be careful not to do that too many times. And the reason why they're doing that, ladies and gentlemen, is if you look, the track is drying. There's no wiper on again. There's no wiper on the car now. The actual track is drying. So that's what's catching them out. Wet tyres and a drying track. It's not a good combination. But the thing is, do you want to sacrifice position with a pit stop and it be too wet still for slicks? So it's that gamble. It's that time of the race. Do you think, ooh, do I go to the end on these tyres, or do I come into the pits and get slicks and then be good on some parts of the track and not others, but risk sliding off? So it's a complete gamble. Depends what the drivers want to do. So there's Liliam in 3rd place, Jamo in 4th. Oh, and that's a very slow Keith out of that corner as well. So very slow Keith. They're just letting Jamo go because he's lapping him. So Blakeney there in 5th place. So he's not far off Jamo actually. So could be in for a good finish here. As Keith goes up Eau Rouge. So following Jamo now, hopefully be able to keep up with Jamo. Just again, the car's looking for a bit of spray just to try and keep the tyres cool. But again, not running the spray too much on that straight there. As we go into, see hardly any spray now on the racing line. You can see a dry line appearing on the track where the cars have cleared the water with the wet tyres, and a dry line starting to form. But yeah, you can see there, but I don't think it's going to be dry enough towards the end of the race to actually be on slicks. You'd have to be a very brave person or take a really, really huge risk and gamble to do it. So I would imagine most people will stay. You get a good visual of it there, but I would imagine most people will stay on wets and not want to compromise the position. So Jamo and Blakeney quite separated by Keith, but still quite close on track, so could be a good one to watch towards the end. As we go back to Liliam in 3rd place, or we'll look at a building there. There's Liliam, very wide out of that corner. Just the water on the outside just taken into the outside of the track. Probably had grip and then no grip. Very common in a race like this. As we go around Blanchimont. Out of Blanchimont. Oh, wide again. Got it. Whoa, see the car slide as he went out there to lift completely out the throttle. So Liliam in towards the bus stop chicane now. And running a bit wide there, but no harm done. Got to watch that puddle on the inside, but it should be disappearing slowly. There's a lot more caution on the throttle this time, so Lilian gets a good run out of that corner that time. Pulls away down the straight towards the first corner. Jamo in 4th place still. Blakeney 5th with Keith in the middle of him, who's been lapped still. He's going through camera shot. So Jamo wide there, very wide. Oh, he'll probably take a little lift there just to stop, just to make sure he don't get an advantage. There's Blakeney behind, so you see Blakeney's not too far off Jamo. This could be a good finish here. It's just a shame that the last lap of the race got cut with the replay. But again, that's nothing I can do about it. That's just the game not recording the replay properly, and I don't see how hard that can be. But again, Project Cars 2, hopefully will sort it out in the near future, or maybe just wait for Project Cars 3. But yeah, it's a fantastic game, Project Cars 2, but it does have its bugs. As we go down towards Eau Rouge, Bidzster start onto Bidzster halfway through lap 19 now. As we look at Blakeney coming up through Eau Rouge, trying to catch Jamo. He's got to pass Keith though first, got to lap Keith, he's got a good run there, flashes lights just to let him know. And Keith should lift out on the straight, yes he does, gentleman like Keith, lets Blakeney go. And Blakeney laps Keith. Keith's still in 7th place though, so it's only, believe it or not, there's only 2 positions between Blakeney and Keith, but unfortunately there's a lap between them as well, so Blakeney makes a little mistake there as well, but gets away with it on his pursuit from Jamo. Jamo there, you see the Jamo ahead, running in the water, on offline, running in the water just to keep them tyres cool, because them tyres will be really, really warm on that dry line. Wet tyres are not designed for dry tracks. There's all that tread, it's meant to move water out the way, and when it can't move water out the way, it just scrubs along the track, causing the little chunks of rubber to overheat, and then ends up with a delaminating tyre and then a tyre that overheats. So it could either explode or it could really, really warm up and then explode. So you've got to be really careful with the tyres as he comes down towards the Piff Paff campus section of the track into there. Again, very gingerly around there. Got to be careful. The grip could disappear at any moment. So there's Lilian in 3rd, TY in 2nd place. Bidzster's already gone through a Eau Rouge, he's on the Camel Straight. See, Bidzster's doing the same, running very offline just to keep them tyres cool. As he comes down to Lecombe. And then down towards, down to 7, 8, and then that's 9, down towards 10. Again, moving offline just to keep them tyres cool. Very important technique. As he comes down there, so we'll have a look just a bit further down. Let's see how Blakeney and Jamo are getting on. A couple of seconds in them now, so not too far. There goes Jamo, there's Blakeney through camera shot as well, so Blakeney's catching Jamo. Blakeney loving these drying conditions. Both on wet tyres, but Blakeney adapting to the situation a bit better than Jamo is. As we go onto the second to last lap, but there's only 2 minutes 30 remaining of the replay, so we're not going to see the last half of the last half of the race, unfortunately. But we'll try and see as far as we can go. As we go through lots of curb there for Jamo. Got to be careful there. Don't use too much curb there. That could really slow you up. So I've got to be careful there as Blakeney comes through the same bit as well. There's not much gap in between them now as they come down towards Lecombe, end of the Camel Straight. You can see Blakeney a lot more confident on the brakes. This is where Blakeney spun on the first lap of the race and lost a lot of time. That all not helped his race, but he's done well to recover from there. Oh, Jamo goes on the gravel! Jamo goes wide onto the gravel! So Jamo really struggling now, must have really overheating tyres. The balance of the car changing lap after lap, and Blakeney looks like he likes it, and Jamo's really struggling. So, one to watch this. As we go down the hill, round the long left-hander, really long corner. Jamo runs a bit wide there onto the curb again. Got to be careful doing that too much. As Bidzster's on his last lap now. Bidzster's on his last lap, but we're not going to get to see the end of the last lap, unfortunately. But I will tell you what happens when we get to it. TY in second place, he's on his last lap as well. Liliam's approaching his last lap. And then now we've got Jamo and Blakeney for the last 50 seconds of this replay. Close together. Got to watch the water on the inside of that corner. Not too wide on the exit. Get the power down. And that Demon Tweaks Lamborghini, followed by just the pale green Lamborghini of Blakeney, visually closer. It's a shame we're not going to get to see the end of this battle. It's a real shame, because I can tell you it was a blooming close finish between them two. As Jamo goes wide there, and the replay's going to cut in a minute. Jamo goes wide, Blakeney's coming up right behind him to start the last lap. Through the water, and he's right behind him now, but again, we're not going to get to see this, folks, unfortunately. Project Cars is going to deny us this replay. As you 7, 6, see the count at the bottom of the screen. 4, I'm going to have to pause it there, otherwise it's going to just go off the end of the replay, so I do apologise for that. But I can tell you that Bidzster was the winner of that race. We'll just rewind so you can see the car. There it is, Bidzster is the winner of that race. Then it was TY, then it was Lil Yam. Then it was, I will just double check my sheet while I'm here. So yes, it was Bidzster who won. TY in second place, and then it was Lil Yam in third place, followed home by, I'm just checking the sheet, there we go, followed home by, it was Jamo who finished ahead of Blakeney in the end, from Keith, Neil, Footman, and then Stevie and RZR Blade retirements from the race due to, well, RZR just backed out and left the room completely, so must have got annoyed with the wet conditions, so he's a retirement, and Stevie as well just choosing to retire as well in 9th place. But again, because they both retired, no points for them, nil points, so you've got to cross the line in order to get the points. So good race there by everyone. I hope you all enjoyed that special event, despite the replay being cut at the bottom. I do apologise for that, but that wasn't in my control. So there's your winner, Bidzster, and we'll see you guys next time. Take